All right, we're back. Ridiculous. 12 minutes in. Well, we got 12 minutes in, so that's good. What they don't understand, anybody, whoever it is that's screwing with me, um, this is what I find interesting. Every time they screw with me, people go and watch each segment of the live stream. And so it actually helps me in the long run because more people watch then. That's the funny part about it. So, again, I will say if we have issues with this stream, give me a minute and I will be right back on once again. So, that's just have one of the cats is scratching. I think it's Buddy. Please and thank you. Yeah, yeah. No, I was talking about the two candidates for the presidential run. I guess that was the wrong thing to say. Because I was saying something positive about the president. That's why we got cut off. What? Oh, it was socks. Well, she was going to town, and should I just say Creepy Joe? Would that be better if I say it like that? Oh my goodness! But anyway, so oh my goodness, yeah. I don't know what's it's just the games that are being played, and again, it's not my internet is fine, my connection's fine. I have no other issues whatsoever ever. So explain that to me. Hey Gigi, can't talk about Creepy Joe. I guess not. Let's not say anything negative about him. Unbelievable. I'll tell you what. I will always call it as I see it. Like I said, I think the president is trying to do his best with what he's dealing with. You got a lot of entrenched people that have been in Washington for 30 plus years that know how to play the game and know how to say the right thing. And it's funny because some politician today, I can't remember which one it was, in a stream, in a conference, it sounds like, and it pretty much sounded like, he said, "F you, King." Okay, that's what it sounded like. And so he came back on afterwards and he goes, "No, there was a technical glitch. I have never used that word, nor will I ever use that word." Okay, so right there, I'm going to call BS on that one. If you are a man, and there's a lot of women too that will go in the same category, if you tell me that you've never sworn in your life, I'm going to probably have to call you straight out on that. I would say 98%, we'll go with that high of a number, have sworn at some point or another in their life. Now, maybe you have changed your pattern. Maybe you have decided you don't want to do that anymore, so you've made that change. That's very commendable, okay? And that's great. But most of us out here, we use that language. So, I choose not to when I'm live streaming. I choose not to in my videos. That was a personal choice that I made. Now, I have told you guys numerous occasions, I will be honest, I do swear a lot, okay? So it depends on the company I'm in, and depends on who I'm dealing with. If I'm dealing with other 98.98, yeah, I hear you. 13 Scorpio, that's funny. Internet last form of freedom, you say bot and butt. Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's well, the thing is, it's not even people anymore. It is AIs that are screening stuff. And, I'm obviously a target. I'm going to tell you what. So I'm at 85,000. I was at 85,666 subscribers is where I peaked out at. Since that point, I'm right now, I'm at 84,400 and like 40 something. So I've lost over 200 subscribers when, once again, I was picking up more than 100 subscribers a day. Okay. So you explain to me how that works. And you watched, my live streams like right now. Okay. We have 590 people in the live stream. On Sunday, we had 1,100 people on a live stream. I was averaging 2,500, 3,000 people in a live stream. And then all of a sudden I'm cut way back, not getting enough, as many people. Tell me that's not done on purpose. It's not like all of a sudden 2,000 people decided, you know what, I'm not watching this live stream anymore. So it's just, like I said, it's games. We got to deal with it. We deal with it. That's how we got to do it. So, that's, it's just, it's part of the game. So, I've been seeing 85 subs under your name right now. Yep, it's actually, if I look at this real number, which is 84,442 was the last I saw. When this live stream's over, I can almost guarantee you it'll be lower. They've been methodically taking away every day. So when I get a few subscribers, next thing I know, I turn around and I got 20 less. So it's just a game. It's just a game by YouTube, and it's what they do. And there's not anything I can do about it. And so I have to play this game. And there we are. So that's why I tell everybody, if you're not getting notifications and you're not seeing notifications, I live stream 3 days a week, every single week. Hey, Baroness, I think Trump is a crisis actor along with the other government officials. I supported him in the beginning, but just had opened supported him in the beginning, but this has opened my eyes. Yep, just saying. I understand. You know what? Did he handle this situation well? No, he did not. I don't think. I mean, he talks about, now the one thing he will talk about, which I will agree with, him stopping travel earlier than anybody else. And he was very highly criticized for doing that, okay? But in my opinion, I don't think he went far enough. I think he should have restricted all travel of anybody coming in from foreign countries at that point in time. You know, that's how you make sure that you can contain and control. You know, they knew there was issues on cruise ships, but what happened? They were still letting people go out on cruise ships. And then where did they go? They went back home. You think that the virus happening in the middle of Nebraska, just happened to happen there? No. Somebody went on that cruise. They came back home, or they were traveling abroad or overseas, and they came back home, and that's how that spread in Middle America. If you look at where it's really amping up in the country, it's Middle America. It is, now you're getting out into suburbia. You have a lot of people. And, New Yorkers, and when I say New Yorkers, I'm basically talking about New York City folks, have taken off, and they've gone to different parts of the country looking for a safe haven. Okay, can you blame them? Of course not. Ed, governors of New York and Pennsylvania having announced today they're hiring professional contact tracers now. I did see that. And so thank you for that statement. Tony, I believe the virus is real, but their enforcement of restrictions is ridiculously inconsistent. So big stores can stay open, but mom and pops can't. BS. Exactly. So before we were getting booted off of here, I want to go back to that. Thank you very much for getting me back on track on that. And thank you so much for the donations. Why is it that the big chain stores can stay open and continue to make a whole bunch of money with their restrictions, but the mom and pop stores can't? Mom and pop stores are not going to be able to stay afloat and stay going. They're not going to be able to. Prepper Chris 1, there used to be a time in this country when you could walk across parties. Not anymore. Policies have always been policies, but now you can't even talk. Sad. You're right. And it's crazy how it is now. And that's like when everybody's always trying to fit me in a box all the time. Okay. Great example. I'm not Republican. I am not Democrat. I absolutely despise and hate politics. I've made that very clear with talking on here for the years, on here and through videos for years, okay? I have some conservative views. I have some liberal views, which I consider myself a free thinker. I don't have to follow the party line and believe everything that one party says right down the line. Never going to happen, because I think for myself. So if you want to call me an independent, that's fine. But I just, there's certain things that I believe in on both sides. I'm not galvanized on one side or the other. So, like I said, I think for myself. Now, if that makes you uncomfortable and you don't like that, guess what? That is your problem. I've had people, and I swear to God, guys, this always amazed me, because I took a view on here about whatever topic it may be. And of course, the two hot topics are always going to be, there's three: religion, politics, and abortion. Those are the three topics you really shouldn't talk about. And I have talked about them, and I have my views on them, all three things, okay? But I have had people tell me, I'm unsubscribing from your channel because you think this way. I swear to God, it happens all the time. Donna Smith, hey, Ed, I haven't verified it yet, but read the CDC is knocking on doors. Oh, hold on a second. Knocking on doors in 2 counties in Georgia, asking questions about health and doing blood tests. 460 randomly selected addresses. Have you heard of this? Actually, Donna, I did hear about that, and that is absolutely, yes, that is happening. Again, you as an individual, if somebody knocks on your door and is asking for information like that, it is still, the last time I checked, a free country. I would tell them to go screw. That's what I would do. It's just, okay, another good example of that, okay? It's 2020. It's a census year, right? So they send out all this information, and you can fill all this out online. I have had and it's every 10 years they do the census. I have had years where I got the short form. I have had years where I got the long form. Guess how many census I filled out in my lifetime? 0, none. Because the long form, if you look at the long form, how much money do you make? How many people are there? What are the sizes of your rooms? And ridiculous stuff that's none of their business. So I never do that. I have never done it, never will. This year, same thing, won't do it again. None of their business. And they're like, and you see the commercials, and I love this. Well, the census is so important because it helps us get taxes for this, that. You know what? They're going to get taxes no matter what. They know where you are. They know who you are. They know how many people are there. So if you want to say how many people live in this house, I would say 2. Okay. And that's it. That's all the information you need. There you go. And if you wanted to do the ages, I would actually give the ages as well. But any other information besides that, it's none of their business. And they, believe me, are very, very intrusive. Follower of Jay, never answer questions from people you don't know. Oh, exactly. Exactly. And I absolutely would not. But just me, I'm innocent. I like that. They want the small businesses to die off with no money, will die off. Okay, so I'm going to give you a great example of that. Now, my brother-in-law, who I saw the other day, he has a small business. He goes to gun shows and he sells all kinds of, he has his license, his federal firearms license, so he can sell guns and he can sell ammo and he can sell, military surplus stuff, and he does all those things, okay? Hey, Prepper Chris 1, name, rank, and serial number, right, boss? Exactly. It's on a need-to-know basis, and they don't need to know. That's the way I look at it. But anyway, so he had applied for the small business loan, right? Because he's a small business. He's missed all these gun shows because everything is canceled. All that money that should have gone to small businesses, guess where? And we talked about this in one of my streams. Where did a lot of that money go? It went to big businesses. And there's no more money for him to get. Now, how crazy is that? So basically, it's as though they really, truly want the small businesses to all go under. Then they can have this monopoly with the big businesses, will have this monopoly of everything going on, and they control everything. It's very scary. If you think about it, it's really, really scary, because small businesses are what made this country great. And I'm going to tell you right now, anytime that I can, I will always put my money into small businesses. A lot of the shopping that I do, when I got when I got the wheat and the wheat berries, that was a small business. I bought them there. I didn't need to go to Walmart and get them there, or, Agway or wherever, one of the bigger places that are a chain all over the country. I went and took care, and I'm trying to help out small businesses. When I bought the honey, it's a small business guy. I went and bought the honey there. I would never buy honey in a store, period. Ever. You buy local honey from local beekeepers. You are helping to support your own community. I absolutely encourage you guys to do that. Now, obviously, there are things that we need to have that we have to go through, Amazon or eBay or one of those places. Or if you've got, there's certain things, maybe you need to get it through Walmart or whatever the case may be. But as much as you can, try to support small businesses. That would be my encouragement to anybody, because that's who's being squeezed right now, and they're getting squeezed bad. A lot of these small businesses will not be coming back. If this virus thing ended today, okay, the small businesses will not be back. They've lost their shirt. They don't have money to put back in. They can't open back up. So, we got to do eggs. Okay. All right. Patrick Adams is saying 13 eggs. So I want to hear everybody's guess. What you thought the egg count is today. So I will tell you in a moment where we were with the egg count today. So let's see the the guesses from everybody. We'll get that out of the way, okay? So all the people that hate the eggs and hate the chickens, too bad. This is what we're doing right now. So let's see. I'm seeing all these numbers. Okay, hold on a second, guys. Hold on. Because I finally found somebody that got it right. If you had the same number as Jackie Alley with a count of 8, you are correct. We had 8 eggs today. And I believe the reason we had 8 eggs and only 8 eggs today. So Jackie Alley was the only one that I saw on here that had 8. So Modern Preparedness just put 8 up there now. But yeah, that was the only one that I saw. I think the reason was because it was so cold last night, and it took a while for things to warm up today. And actually, 50 is really not warm. So that's why I believe we had the low egg count today, was because of the weather. So that's where we're at with that. So yeah, so we only had the 8 eggs today, and the cold definitely does affect the chickens, and they don't lay as well when the weather's bad. So, but so that's there. That's what we're at with the chicken count. So, but anyway, with everything that's going on, like I said, small businesses are being screwed bad by this thing. Okay. A lot of people obviously are hurting really, really bad from this thing as well, because they're trying to survive. I believe the restrictions, they're obviously in different states. They're letting their restrictions go back slowly, opening things back up slowly. Again, I will be the first to say I believe that that's a mistake. I think you're going to see an increase in the numbers from that, and that's fine. And that's fine. You have that. You can guys, listen. You can believe whatever you want. We're going to find out in the long run here if I was right or wrong. And if I'm wrong, I will be absolutely the first one to get on here, to get in front of you guys and say I was wrong. And I will absolutely do that every single time. But so far, with the predictions that I have had so far with this thing, I've been right on the money. And I'm not like tooting my own horn and, oh, I'm so smart and look at me, I figured it all out. I'm sure a lot of people figured it out. If you pay attention to everything that was going on, it wasn't hard to predict what was going to happen. It really wasn't. So, hey, Prepper Chris 1. Ed, this darn killer wasp are scary. Yeah, you know what? I know that's like, could we have something else going wrong? It is crazy. But anyway, again, I believe things are going to get worse. I think we're going to have a second wave in the fall, and I think that one is going to be much more deadly than this first wave. You have to understand something. This virus is going to mutate. It is already mutated, okay? And it will continue to mutate. I think you're going to see a lot of issues, I think you're going to see a lot of issues. And that's my opinion. And, everybody has a right to their opinion, and I get people hammering me and calling it a fake virus and stuff like that. I want you to think about something, and this is a fact, and you can look it up. So the Spanish flu came, right? How many people did that kill? Millions and millions of people. So the first wave came, and you had all these people that were anti, oh my God, this is ridiculous. This is not as bad as they're making it out to be, blah, 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 blah. Well, when the second wave hit, and millions of people died, they weren't saying that anymore. And I'm not, and I'm, like I said, and I'll tell you guys, I really, honestly, I hope I am wrong. I really, really do. But I'm also a realist, and I look at things rationally and all those type of situations. That's why I keep telling you, if we do have a slowdown of the numbers through the summer and things are not as bad, which we'll see what happens. I mean, we're going to see what happens. That is the time to really rock and roll with your preps while you have that opportunity. Prepper Chris 1, first wave was February 2nd, second wave in August of the same year. Yep, for the Spanish flu. Yep. So pay attention to that, guys. Don't be surprised. You can't, if you've watched my channel, you can't say, man, I never saw that coming. I'd never talked about that. Because I am talking about it. And like I said, be proactive, help yourselves. Guys, I see we got 1,000 people in the chat, and we're at 356 with the thumbs up. If you have not shot a thumbs up yet, if you would do that, to show support for the channel. I absolutely would appreciate that, and thank you ahead of time. And again, if you are not subscribed to the channel, please make sure you do subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell icon also to get all notifications. I will always be on here 3 days a week. If I have a day that I can't get on here, like if it's a Friday, let's say I got plans, I got something I'm doing, I'll go on the next day or the day before. So I will let you guys know always ahead of time what my plans are. And so we will go with that, but usually Wednesdays, Fridays, and Sundays, 8 p.m. Eastern time, I will be on here. I will be live streaming. Do you think kids are going back to college in the fall? Lori Austin, I think that they will. I think they'll go back in the fall. I know they start in August, and that's going to be something that we really do need to pay attention to. Do I think, like I said, I do believe there will be a second wave, and I think it'll be much more deadly than the first wave. And, granted, I'm going to tell you, have they fudged the numbers? Both ways. Yes, they have. They've downplayed the deaths in nursing homes in a lot of places. I believe that. You look at the number of people that have died in nursing homes, so worked in nursing homes for years, okay? On a regular week, if you got a 100-bed unit, 100-bed facility, maybe you lose one a week. That's a realistic number. But when you have 7, 8 people die in a week, all of the same thing, that's not normal, okay? When you have a mass group of people all sick with the same symptoms, progressively getting worse, that's not normal. That's what's happening in the nursing homes. So for all the naysayers that says that this is not real, like I said, I'm not even going to argue that point with you. I believe it's real. I'm paying attention to stuff. You can think whatever you want to think. I think the second wave is going to be in 4 weeks from now. Donna Smith just said that. Well, you know what, Donna? I don't know if that'll be the second wave. Thank you for your comment, and thank you for the donation as well. I think if they continue to open things up, you're going to see a spike in the numbers again. I think that's what that won't, in my opinion, and I'm just saying, and I appreciate your opinion, I think that's going to be a spike in the numbers because of them opening things back up again, which I believe they'll have to close things back down. Now, we're in May. I think what you're going to see late August, early September, that's when I think, or maybe even a little bit later, maybe even October, that's when you'll see that second wave hit, and it'll be much more deadly. Prepper Chris 1, I just think it's eerie that the Spanish flu and COVID almost 100 years on the dot. Hold on a second. Let me just. On the dot, and the Spanish flu killed more 30-year-olds in the second round when it mutated. Yeah, and that's the thing, too. I think because so many people just blew this off, I think that second wave is going to be much more deadly. Now, I've heard 2 different camps as far as, can you be reinfected a second time? I've heard yes, and then I've heard no. I've heard that the second wave of people getting the virus is worse, a lot more heart attacks and stuff like that, because that first virus time they caught it, and if they recovered, they have diminished lung capacity, they have a weakened heart. Those things are definitely being shown to be true. So if the second wave comes and it is mutated and it's affecting the younger folks at that point, I think we're in for some really, really bad things. I really, truly do. So we definitely need to pay attention to those things. And so, that's, again, I'm just giving you my point of view on things, and you guys anybody can think whatever they want. Like I said, I'm not going to get on here. I'm not going to hammer anybody. If you don't believe it is true, like I said, if you don't believe it's true, I absolutely encourage you to go and volunteer in New York City to some of these hospitals, to some of these nursing homes. That's what I encourage people to do. Hey, Kate MC. Hold on a second. I want to make sure I get your... I work for UNIV in Pennsylvania Hospital, ER. The autopsies on COVID victims is scary. Attacks all major organs along with clotting. This does not act like the flu, and it kills the young. Well, thank you very much for that, and thank you for that donation as well. I appreciate that comment. Indiana Prepper, hey, Ed, I'm trying to reach 1,000 followers so I can live stream. Okay, guys, putting it out here. We got 1,100 people in the chat. Indiana Prepper is trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. You cannot be monetized unless you have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. So let's show Indiana Prepper, some love, and try to get him up over 1,000 subscribers. And thank you. I appreciate you doing that as well. We have to watch out for each other. I mean, I don't know his channel, so I can't give you an opinion on it. So, but thank you so much for the donation as well. I do appreciate that. So, but yeah, it's just, we need to pay attention. So there's somebody working in an ER that's giving you the skinny on it. You know what? There's always going to be people that are going to come on and be naysayers. You're going to, and again, you can take it for whatever it's worth. You can believe it or not believe it. That's completely up to you. I believe, in my opinion, that it's better to err on the side of caution. It just makes more sense. So if I'm out in public, Ed, if a lot of young people die off, how will they get taxes to keep the government going? You know what, John? Thank you for the question. I honestly believe that they don't care. I believe what they're looking to kill off a large number of the population. You got to look who's being affected right now. I mean, and I hate to say it, but I'm going to say it. You look who's being affected. Your compromised people, weakened immunity. A lot of the people that are getting sick right now don't work anyway. Okay, so is that a win-win for the government? You get rid of, as they call them, useless eaters. You get rid of a lot of the old people that have paid their whole life into Social Security. Now they don't have to pay for them anymore. Okay. Again, the greatest weapon against population is the control of information. Absolutely, Karen, you're right, 100%. And there's so much misinformation out there, and there's so many people saying a lot of different things. But again, I'm going to say it again. I'm going to err on the side of caution. I just think it's a smart thing to do. If you want to go out and not wear a mask and go in public and do whatever you want to do, and you're going to have your rights and nobody's going to trample on your rights, knock yourself out. Go ahead and do what you got to do, okay? But if you end up getting the virus and you get sick and the people that you love get sick and somebody dies in your family because you have your rights, okay, don't come on here and cry at that point in poor me type of situation because you did it to yourself. It's just like, okay, so being in nursing for as long as I have, all right, seen a lot of drug addicts. I've seen a lot of alcoholics. And guess how much empathy I have for either one of those categories of people? Zero. You know why? Because they did it to themselves. It was a choice. Now, some of you are going to come on here and say it's a sickness. Well, you're entitled to your opinion. I'm going from what I've seen from a 30-year nursing career and all the crap that I've seen and the drug addicts and the lowlifes and the scumbags. It's a choice. And I don't have any kind of sympathy for people that do things to themselves. I don't. I'm sorry. Never will. It has happened in my own family. I have seen it. Okay. Zero empathy. Zero. And I'm sorry if you don't, and again, you know what? You can have all the empathy for him you want. That's fine. I have no problem with that. It's your choice. I'm going to, like I said, I'm always straight up. I'm always going to tell you my opinion, how I think, how I feel. I'm going to be honest to a fault. That's who I am. Ed, hold on a second. Would they call me a useless eater? Oh, hold on a second. Ed, they would call me a useless eater, but I'm a CPA cat personal assistant. Oh, you know what, John? I don't think anybody's a useless eater. That's I'm going to tell you right now. I think everybody has worth. Dr. Debo Cherry, thank you very much for the donation. He says you're a great guy. Thank you very much. I appreciate that, and thank you so much for the donation as well. Baroness, I need some love, Ed. LOL. Will worsen before the fall. Yeah, well, thank you very much, and thank you for the donation as well. I appreciate that. Yeah, guys, there's scary stuff. I mean, I'm my opinion. I think everybody has worth, regardless of what afflictions you have or problems that you have. I think everybody brings something to the table. A great example is, okay, now and I'm going to use the term that I grew up with, and I'm never going to be politically correct. So I'm just going to put it right out there ahead of time. And some of you are going to jump on me for what I'm about to say, but this is how I grew up. I won't be politically correct. I took care of mentally retarded people for a long time, different phases in my life, in my career. I took care of them. Now, your Down syndrome kids, okay, They're the most loving kids you ever saw in your life. They really, truly are. That's all they want is love. They're innocent. They don't bother anybody. You know what I mean? But I'm going to tell you what, there will be people out there that will pick on them, be mean to them because of that affliction. All right. That's the reality of it. And usually what it's okay. So another great example, let's talk about chickens, right? They will pick out one chicken out of the flock, and that'll be the chicken that they go after. Why? For whatever perceived notion of inferiority for that chicken, that's why they go after that chicken. That's what they do. I'll tell you what, one of the best groups of people that are best groups of animals that take care of their own is wolves. If you ever watch wolves and how a pack even goes, it's amazing how that pack goes. And, you have what the pack will do is you'll have your weakest, let's say there's 4 or 5 wolves that are your weakest wolves. Those will be out front. You know why? They set the pace. They're the ones that set the pace. Then right behind those weakest wolves are some of the strongest wolves. So let's say there's 5 strongest, say there's 10 strong wolves. So 5 of that 10 will be there, right behind that weakest group. Then behind them is the main pack, okay? And the main pack is all together. Behind the main pack is the other 5 of the strongest wolves. And at the very end of that pack is the leader of the pack, the alpha male of the pack. He follows up behind because he makes sure that everybody's okay. The weak ones set the pace. They watch out for their own. That's what wolves do. So we need to be more like wolves. We need to take care of our people that are older and that need that help, I believe. I have met some tremendously wonderful people through my years of nursing. It's that's the thing, if you are in a group, I'm going to put this out there like this too. Let's say you got a group and you're preparing for SHTF and whatever's going to happen. The leader of that group right now may not be the leader of the group down the road. Somebody may step up and emerge as a leader and show those qualities. Maybe that person that you thought was the leader may not have those qualities in that emergency situation. Everybody's different, guys. Everybody handles everything quite differently. Hey, Practically Practical, trying to get to 1,000 for live stream. Thank you. Okay. All right. Practically Practical as well, guys. They're looking to try to get to 1,000 as well. So if you could go over there as well and show them some support. Thank you for the donation. And I hope you guys, both of the channels, I hope you get there. Hazel 54 1 BSN. Addiction is a choice. Cancer is a disease. You can't decide not to have it today. Exactly. Cancer is a disease. MS is a disease. Those different things. That wasn't a choice that you made. You ended up getting it. Okay. I had cancer. Believe me, I didn't want cancer. Never wanted cancer. Never wanted to hear any of that. Didn't want to hear the C word around me at all. But it happened. Okay. Drug addicts, alcoholics, nobody forced them, ever forced them. Drink, come on, keep drinking. Nobody ever did that. It's a choice they made. And because they got addicted, and I'm gonna be brutally honest, and because they're too weak to quit on their own, they go to rehab over and over and over again. The only time, I'm going to give you a great example of somebody who I actually have respect for, and that's Steve-O from the Jackass crew. If you remember him, he was the biggest drunk and drug addict you ever saw in your life. But is in and out of rehab a lot, right? When did Steve-O finally quit doing drugs and drinking? Prepper Chris 1, boss, I missed a super chat. I'm going to repost it for you. Oh, okay. I'm sorry, man. I didn't mean to miss that. Practically Practical. Not all are going back to work. Watch your home for B&E. Exactly. You're right. Oh, I agree with you 100% on that as well. And thank you for that donation. Steve-O quit doing drugs and alcohol when he wanted to. He had to hit rock bottom. He hit rock bottom and he went and got help. And the best part was he went absolutely overboard with treatment because he knew he had an issue and he had a problem and he couldn't do it without help. And he's been sober, I think, over 10 years now. A ton of respect for him. You look at Oh my God, who's the doctor? Hold on a second. I'm trying to think of his name real quick. Oh, he does this show where he like celebrity rehab. What's that doctor's name, guys? If you guys are going to tell me in a second here, I know it. Let's see. Somebody's going to pop it up here. He did celebrity rehab. Now, not Dr. Ruth. Not Dr. Ruth. Was it Dr. Drew? Could have been Dr. Drew. No, I don't think it was. Was it Drew? Okay, everybody's saying Drew. Okay, so Dr. Drew. Look, now, he's a professional. Look how many people he's tried to help. No, I don't think it's Dr. Drew, guys. Okay, they're saying it's Dr. Drew. Okay. But he's tried to help all these different celebrities. How many of them went back out reoffended? A lot of them ended up overdosing and dying. Okay. Because they didn't want the help. They didn't want it. So it's sad. Practically practical. I was a DA. Drug addicts are the disease. Yeah, you are exactly right. I agree with you that they are the disease. All they do is they're parasites. And I'm going to tell you what. Some of you out there may have relatives, family members that have a drug issue. Maybe they were an awesome person, but they get addicted to those drugs and the drugs take over and they become a totally different person. I have seen it firsthand. It destroyed my second marriage. So don't tell me I don't know what I'm... Dr. Phil, that's the one. Thank you, JJ. Thank you. It was I knew it wasn't Dr. Drew. Dr. Phil. Dr. Phil did the... celebrity rehab where he was trying to help people he does that a lot, trying to get people help and get them, Larry H, 21 years sober, had to be ready to quit drinking. Exactly. You have to want it. You absolutely have to want it. I know Dr. Drew probably did it too, guys, but I was thinking of Dr. Phil. That's who I was thinking of. But again, and you know what, and it's commendable. Anybody that's quit, you got all my support in the world. And I would, you give them a chance. I believe in giving anybody a chance, but how many chances do you get? How many? Now they got to carry Narcan with them because of all the heroin addicts, and they're overdosing. And there was an EMT that I saw, he did use Narcan on the same guy 3 times in 1 week. What do you got to have happen to you to wake up? And what do they do? What do? They go, they steal, they rob, they're not going to work, okay, because they're chasing that high all the time. So it is an issue, and it is a severe issue. So, yep, Karen Lemoyne just said drug addicts are weak and use it as a crutch. Well, you got to understand, we are in a society, you got to understand this now, we got to break this down for people. We are in a society where you don't have to be responsible for your own actions. It's always somebody else's fault. Not yours, can't possibly be your own fault for whatever's happened to you in your life. Why do you think I tell you guys at the end of all my videos, the only person that can hold you back is you? Okay? I have seen so many people in my lifetime blame every one of their problems, what has happened to them, where they're at, their station in life, whatever has happened, they blame it on somebody else. It's somebody else's fault, not their fault. It's because mommy didn't hold them enough when they were a baby. It's because of, whatever addiction that they have. It's never their fault. The blame game, exactly. We're going to blame everybody else except the one person that they need to blame, which is themselves. I'm going to tell you, I've been there, guys. I will tell, and if you watch my previous videos, you will know, I tell people all the time, I pulled my head out of my behind at 27. I looked at where I was going. I looked at what I was doing, and I didn't like it. And so I made some hard changes, and I moved out of state for a year. I had no intention of ever coming back. There was some family issues that I had to come back for. But that year that I was away, see, here's how it works. Okay, and I'll explain this to you real quick. Hey, Prepper Chris 1. Boss, I was a pillhead 10 years ago. Willpower, I stopped. There you go. And that's all it takes. Determination and willpower. And I'm glad to hear that you stopped, Chris. That's awesome. So congratulations for doing that, and thank you for that donation. Here's how I'm going to break it down to you. When you decide to stop, you need to stop hanging out with the people that you were doing stupid stuff with. You need to completely change that, because what happens is, let's say I'm a cokehead, and I decide, okay, I'm stopping right now. I'm never doing coke again. So tomorrow I go hang out with my friends who are also all coke heads because that's who I hung out with. And they say to me, well, hey, Ed, come on, we're going to go do a line. And I go, oh, nope. I've stopped. I've quit. Come on, man. What are you doing? Why would you quit? Come on. We got it right here. That temptation is there. See, that's how that works. And as long as that temptation is there, you may reoffend. But if you get away from people, it's people, places, and things. It always comes down to that. It's the people that you're hanging out with, the places that you are, and the things that you are doing. That's ultimately your responsibility. So if you get away from those things, and for me, the way I did it, I got out of state, I went down south, and guess what? Drugs are everywhere. So I had people down south said, hey, Ed, man, you want to get high? And I went, no, man, I don't do it. And they went, okay. That was it. So that's, watch Dr. Fucci, ex-employee, Dr. Judy Melkovich, very scary and informative, seriously. Pamela X, thank you very much for that information. I did see that. Thank you so much for the donation as well. I did see that. I watched that. Yeah, there's a lot, there's some scary stuff going on out there. So, yeah, the CIA is the biggest coke dealer ever. Oh, my God, yes. If they wanted to truly stop the drug trade, I mean, let's think about it. Where's opium come from for heroin? Where's it come from? It comes from Afghanistan, right? What was let's just break it down real quick. What was the Taliban doing before we went in there and stopped them? They were burning the poppy fields. They were stopping the drug trade. Well, we couldn't have that happen. There's too much money in it. And somebody said, well, there's only $200 million a year in that. Okay, well, it's still $200 million a year. And also, you got to understand, a controlled population is easier to control. It's easier to control you if you're drug addicted and thinking only of your next high. It's very easy to control you that way because you're not thinking for yourself. Hey, Gigi, thank you very much for the donation. I do appreciate that. So, again, everything, there's an action and a reaction. The government, realistically, I mean, let's be realistic. They want you to be alcoholics, drug addicts, addicted to cigarettes, have your heroin, your cocaine, your methamphetamine, all those things. They want that. Because why? You're easier to control. Because your focus is that, not what they're doing. People that are awake, that are staying away from a lot of the nonsense. And I'm going to tell you what, I'm not against pot at all, guys. I don't care if you smoke pot every day. If you smoke pot and you can function in society and you can go to work and you can do that, great. Now me, I can't. I can't. I, back in the day, loved smoking pot. I am not going to lie. I absolutely loved smoking pot. But if I smoke pot every day, I'm not doing nothing else but smoking pot every day. That's me. Now, everybody is different, okay? So, that's what you got to think about. Everybody is different. So, weed and coffee. And I'm going to tell you, hey, Asif, welcome back. I hope Ramadan is going good for you. So, thank you for being here, and thank you for the donation. Happy L said, I never could, never will. And there you go. It's a choice. It's absolutely a choice, like with anything else, And so we need to make choices. But for me personally, to be where I wanted to be, I needed to put it behind me. Now, I will drink beer or alcohol or whatever, but I'm not a big drinker. I'll have a couple beers and I'm good. I probably don't even drink to get a buzz. So, and if I catch a buzz, I stop. Hunter guy, parents with drug addictions are so hard for nurses. They pretend they are in pain. Oops, hold on a sec. Or patients, I think is what he meant. Hold on. Let me go back to his comment here. Hold on a second. Okay, patients with drug addictions are so hard for nurses. They pretend they are in pain all night trying to get more pain meds. It's a nightmare. You know what? Agree with you 100%. We had guys and ladies. Hey, Nikki Johnson. I wish you were my neighbor, still hiding under my bed. Well, thank you very much. Thank you for the donation. I appreciate that. Pamela K. Prescription addiction is a national disease. Doctors will treat you to death, literally, but never cure. What would cure do to their supply and demand? Yeah, you don't want to cure, Pamela X. You want customers. Good customers keep coming back to get more and more and more. So let's go back to the first comment real quick. I've worked in nursing homes, and you had people that had PRN orders, right? Every 4 hours, they could have whatever narcotic it was. Hey, Practically Practical. She's saying hi to Asif. Very nice. So they could have those pain meds every 4 hours. And I'm going to tell you what, and those were the ones that I would call my seekers, because they're drug seekers. 4 hours on the nose. Bing, 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 bing. They're on that light. 4 hours. They're watching that clock. They're watching the clock. 4 hours. I'm in pain. Can I get my pain pill? And it's exactly what happens, and I've seen it over and over and over again. I've seen other people, let's say it was knee replacement surgery, okay? I've seen other people not take their meds. Go in there and say, hey, Mr. Johnson, how you doing? Well, I'm a little uncomfortable, whatever. I said, would you like a pain pill? No, just give me some Tylenol instead. That'll be fine. That's what a rational thinking. Now, if you are in extreme pain, I'm not against you having that pain pill. And sometimes you need that pain pill, all right? But when it becomes 4 hours on the nose, you're taking that next pill, that's an issue, all right? And the biggest drug dealers in this country, besides the CIA, are doctors. They are scumbags. They are in, not all, let me get this straight because I love Asif. Asif's on here, he's a doctor. Not all doctors. I don't want to lump all doctors into one category. But a lot of doctors are in the pockets of the pharmaceutical companies, and they pushed a lot of these narcotics out there. People were in pain, so they gave them narcotics, got them all addicted, and then, yeah, if you're injured, Mike Knife, absolutely. If you're injured or you have some kind of surgery and you need to be on painkillers for a short duration of time, I have no problem with that. I'm going to tell you what, now, and I'm not trying to say I'm some kind of champion. I hate pills. When I had my surgery, all right, they gave me 5 milligrams of Oxy with codeine, with Tylenol. I'm sorry, 5 milligrams of Oxy with Tylenol. All right, all in one pill, and I could take that every 4 hours as needed for pain. All right, or was it every 4 or was it every 8? Whatever it was. Okay, I think it was every 4. I could take one pill every 4 hours as needed for pain. I hardly used any of those pills. Now, some days I was in extreme pain, so I took a pill, and it definitely helped. It helped the pain go away. But I tried to manage the pain with Tylenol if I could, because lots of issues with narcotics. A lot of good people have become addicted because of narcotics prescribed by doctors. That happens. So the people that are going to jump on me because I'm anti-drug addicts, I understand a lot of people it happened to because of prescription they were given to by a doctor. It happens. I've seen it happen. But what path they choose to follow is up to the individual. So that's just putting that out there, because I am always going to be honest, and that's it. So anyway, what do we got here? Can't get any more else but a doc. Sorry. Prepper Chris, I don't know what you were talking about there. But yeah, like I said, there's a lot of bad people and there's a lot of good people. A lot of good people got turned astray. It happens. Oh yeah, okay, there we go. Hold on. Gigi had just made a great comment here. Why are liquor stores okay to be open through all this mess? Liquor stores, gun stores, they're allowed to be open. Yep, Gigi. And we're going to talk about that for a second too. I'll get into that. Asif, new data shows as little as 4 days of narcotics can lead to addiction to it. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, and thank you for sharing that information as well. So let's talk about liquor stores are open, gun stores are open. In April, hey, wow, wonderful news. Gun sales were up in April 71%. Try to go out there and get ammo for different things. Try to get out there and get double-aught buckshot. Very, very difficult to get that right now. Just saying only doctors can give them out pills. Oh, okay, Prepper Chris one. Thank you. Thank you for the donation as well. And you're right. And but people will get those prescriptions and they sell their prescriptions. It happens all the time. But yeah, I know I see Campton Moon said, wow, yeah, 71% gun sales were up. Ammunition is almost impossible to try to get certain rounds of ammunition right now. So very interesting. Something to pay attention to. People are getting ready, guys. That's what they do. And a lot of people, the only way that they're ever going to get ready is with firearms and stuff like that. That's what a lot of people do. So just something to think about. So anyway, guys, I see we got 1,000 people in the chat again. We're at 572 on a thumbs up. If you have not shot a thumbs up yet, I would ask you to do that, please, to show support for the channel. And psychiatrists push a lot of dope like PsychMed. Yes, they do, Mike Knife. They absolutely do. And guys, if you are not subscribed to the channel, please make sure you do subscribe. Hit that bell icon. And I'm going to tell you, I want to put this out there real quick. My views as far as alcoholism and drug addiction are very galvanized because of what I've seen through my career, okay? What I've dealt with in my own family. So that's why I feel as strongly as I do about those things. You know, and it destroys people. It absolutely destroys, and it destroys good people and turns them into something that you look at this person and you go, who is this person? Do I know this person? I've seen it. I've talked about it on here. I talked about a young man that I knew. I took care of his grandfather. Great kid. Loved this kid. I knew him since the time he was 8 years old. Watched him grow up. I felt like I was another uncle. I was with that family for 17 years. The first 9 years I was there, I did 2 10-hour shifts a week. The last 8 years I was there, I did 50 hours a week. Hey, James White, still getting reloading supplies. There you go. Nothing wrong with that. That's good. I'm glad to hear that. And thank you very much for the donation as well. Yeah, guys, if you can get a reloader and reload your own ammunition, very, very smart to do. Very, very smart to do. But anyway, I talked about that. He had a knee surgery, this kid did. He got addicted to painkillers. He went down a road that was real bad. He ended up in jail, a convicted felon, okay? That was the bottom for him. When he got out of jail, he turned himself around. He got himself squared away. That same kid right now is in law school, okay? Went back to school, got to the one certain point, and now he's in law school. And I won't say where he's in law school because it doesn't matter, but he's doing great. But you know what? He realized he had a problem. At the time, when you're in the midst of your throes of addiction, you don't have a problem. Everybody else has a problem. But you have to hit bottom. You have to hit that point. I have a very good friend of mine. Very good friend of mine. His son has been dealing with drug addiction for years and years and years. And for years and years and years, I have said to my friend, stop enabling him. Stop helping him. You have to cut him off. Now, I'm going to tell you what. As a father and my children, let's say my daughter had a problem with drugs, it would be very, very hard to do that. But you have to cut them off completely because they're going to give you every excuse in the world of why it's okay that they need money for this, that, or the other thing. Hey, Mr. Rose, how's it going? Let's see. He says, been working too much overtime. Thanks for not firing me. Hey, no problem. I get it. Life happens. Not a problem at all. And thank you very much for the donation. You're still one of my moderators. I know we get busy. Life happens sometimes. So thank you for the donation, and no worries at all. No worries. But anyway, again, things happen in life. They do. But you got to let that person completely bottom out. You got to let them go to jail. My friend's son should have gone to jail for some of the stuff that he's done to his own grandmother. Not physically, but stealing, okay? He should be in jail. They should have let him go to jail, okay? But, he keeps helping him. And I said, as long as you keep helping him, nothing is going to change. Nothing. Goes through jobs like crazy because of the addiction, okay? Unfortunate. And you know what? Not a bad kid. Not a bad kid at all. But I'll tell you right now, I wouldn't trust him in my house as far as I could pick him up and throw him. And I probably wouldn't trust him that far because I know what he is. So, you can't enable them. You just can't. You have to cut them off completely. And then when they decide to make a change and they've proved it, and then when I say they make a change and prove it, that doesn't mean 2 weeks. That's not proven squat. They get 6 months clean. They're in a program. They're in whatever they got to do to get clean. If they're doing that, then great. Support them. But you don't support them monetarily. You support them and you say, I believe in you. I know you can do it, and all that type of stuff. So, it's unfortunate, but it happens a lot. But John just said new normal is a police state. Yeah, we're really opioid addiction is bad in Utah. The lone wardener just said that. Yeah, it's unfortunate. It really is. It's a lot of addiction going on. A lot of addiction. Ed, you can't help an addict. They have to hit rock bottom first. You're right, Sheila. Sheila Zimmerman just said that. And you're 100% right. You know? Yep, get high on prepping. I'm going to tell you what, and it's funny that you said that. What I did when I was younger, I went from drugs and alcohol to working out. Okay? And I got hardcore into working out. I'm going to tell you what, the very best high that I've ever had in my life was that adrenaline high from working out. Best high I've ever had in my life, better than any drug, and it's endorphins. What it is when you're working out, the endorphins release and it gives you energy. It gives you the euphoric state. Best high ever, and it's all free and it's natural if you're willing to work for it. Prepper Chris 1, don't talk to my bro for 4 years till he cleaned up. There you go. And that's what you got to do. Exactly. And I'm glad to see that you did that. And that's awesome. And thank you for the donation as well. But again, it's all choices. We all have to go through things. And, that's unfortunately what happens. Yeah, most addicts don't hit rock bottom anymore due to Narcan. Well, exactly. S. Mayberry. We continue as a society. I mean, when you have places, I think it's in California, where they can safely go and shoot up, it's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. But it's the way it is. It's what they do. We are that type of society now, which is, we pamper everybody, and nobody has to be responsible for any of their actions, which is, like I said, it's very sad and it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. So, I hope I can learn to sit the beer bell down and grab a barbell. I'm going to tell you what, like I said, I need to get back into working out. I'm not going to lie. I bought that bike, haven't ridden it yet. Absolutely going to. Been busy doing a few other things. I should have been out there today riding it. There's no excuse why I couldn't have ridden today, and I didn't. So that's on me. So, I really need to get on that stick. I need to get myself in better shape. My wind is not great. I can tell you that right now. If I get going with something, I'm too heavy. That's the bottom line. I am too heavy, and I need to make a change. And so, I don't want to wait till I have a heart attack to make that change. That's not the time you make the change. You do it beforehand. So that's one of the things I really need to get myself back into that discipline of getting up in the morning. And the first thing I do before I do anything else is go get that workout in. Be it ride a bike, walk, hit the weights, or whatever the case may be. Like I said, I can honestly say, guys, I worked out 7 days a week, and I absolutely loved it. And I was in the best physical shape ever that I've ever been. I had a 32.5-inch waistline, at 175 pounds, solid muscle. It was crazy, but then life happens. You get married, you have kids, you got to work for a living, and and you just kind of get away from it. And no excuses. It's just what happened, So, but swimming. Joan Garcia. Swimming is the absolute number one best exercise that you can do. If you're going to pick one exercise, swim. No resistance to the body. Works every muscle group in the body. You look at swimmers. There's no fat swimmers, because they are in tip-top shape, because that's what they do. They swim. And it's no resistance on your joints. If you got bad joints, anybody out there, well, I got bad knees, and I got bad this, and I got bad that, get in the pool. Get in the pool. You look at hippopotamuses, okay? They are slow on the ground. They're cumbersome. You get them in the water, they're like swans. Unbelievable. So that's just an example. But swimming is the best. Walking is very, very good for you. Running is really, really bad for you. So for all the runners out there, I'm sorry, but it's really bad on the joints. So, but again, it's all choices that we make in life. And, I like I said, I got to get my own head out of my behind in the workout department. And I will. I promise you I will. When I get going, I probably won't say anything at first. I'll just start doing, and I'll let you guys know. So, but I will. I'm going to get on my bike. I promise. I will get on my bike. I'll tell you what. I'm going to make a promise to you right now, and I will let you know in tomorrow's video. If it is not raining tomorrow, I will be on my bicycle, and I will go for a bike ride tomorrow. I promise. I will do. Let's see. I will do at least 4 miles tomorrow, because I know exactly where the 2-mile mark is on the bike. I will do at least 4 miles tomorrow on the bicycle. That's a promise. And so, I will do that tomorrow. I promise. And if I don't, I will get on the video tomorrow and I will tell you. And there's no excuse why I didn't do it. None. So that's what I need to do. So I will get on it. You guys got to help motivate me. Keep telling me how fat I am and how awful I look. No, don't do that. I know. I had somebody said to me, "Oh, you don't look bad at all." And I went, wait a minute. I said, I've seen me naked. It ain't pretty. Not anymore. Used to be back in the day. Which bike, the Harley? I love that. That's awesome. No, not the Harley, the regular bicycle. So, no, if I get on a Harley, I'll be doing much more than 4 miles. And actually, believe it or not, that's a workout in itself. That will take the energy out of you as well when riding a motorcycle. So, water diet 1 week, lose 30 pounds. Yeah, but that's not doing it healthy. That's not doing it healthy at all. I definitely need to cut down my portions. Take Heather for a ride. Yeah, we actually talked about that today. We said about riding together. And we actually talked about tomorrow going for a bike ride. So, but yeah, intermittent fasting and juicing. Yeah, I just, I just got to discipline myself. I've already, believe it or not, and like I said, I love my candy. I mean, you could probably see some of it up on here. It's bad. And I've cut down. I really, truly have cut down on the candy intake, trying to get better at it. But yeah, I need to push, drink more water, and really work on that because that's definitely an issue. And, it's going to make me better prepared anyway to be in better shape. Tell yourself if you don't ride the bike, you walk 6 miles. Oh, my God. Yeah, that would be no fun, Prepper Chris 1. But, yeah, I'd rather ride the bike if I can. Ride the bike even if it rains. Do it. Yeah, you're right. And again, I would use that as an excuse why not to. So, exactly. I got to get on it. So, anyway, what I'm going to do now, guys, because we're at this point, we are Legion. We are Legion because we are many. Preppers, off-gridders, people that are awake. We're all over the country. We're all over the world. We are a huge network of people. We are a huge family, and that's what people really don't get. We are on the same wavelength, and that's important. So, John says, how is Eddie? Eddie's doing very well. Eddie is doing very, very well. So where's everybody from? We got Boston, Mass there. We got London, Central Kentucky. Let's see. Kansas, Arizona. Oh, juice up on Arizona tea. Yeah, right. Yeah. I'm cutting down on those too. Ontario, Canada, Montreal, Canada, Eastern Kentucky, upstate South Carolina, Durham in the UK, Northern Arizona, Oshawa, Ontario, Canada, Newfoundland, New Jersey, West Virginia, Florida, Cape Cod. Let's see, we got Indiana, East Texas, Germany, Georgia, Iowa. I saw Spain roll through there. Buffalo, New York, Michigan, Alabama. Let's see, Florida, Fort Lauderdale, Florida, Lockport, Louisiana. Let's see, we got, Maine, Florida again, New Jersey, Texas. Hey, Pamela, hold on a second. Let me go back so I can read your comment. You aren't the one out of shape. You work the homestead. That's great exercise. Yeah, but I still need to lose more weight, Pam. I do. And thank you very much for that. And it is work. But Brisbane, Australia. But, yeah, it's Thornton, Colorado, Alabama, Jacksonville, North Carolina, Low County, South Carolina. Let's see, Wisconsin, Reno, Nevada. But, yeah, it's Boston, Mass, California, Detroit, Missouri, North Georgia, Phoenix, Arizona, Chatham, Canada, Victoria, Texas, Gatlin, Pennsylvania, Bedwell, the UK. If I said that wrong, I apologize. Tennessee, Detroit, Northern Georgia, Virginia, Brisbane, Australia. We got the UK, Illinois, Northern Georgia, Waterloo, New York. Let's see. So Halifax, Virginia, Indiana, Scranton, Pennsylvania. We're all over, guys. All over this country, all over the world. We are this huge network of people. And if people really realized what a difference we could make with networking and working together, That's the best way to do it. And again, so I'm going to mention the website real quick because it's a great opportunity for you guys. If you're looking to network with like-minded people, go to my website at preppernurse1.com. You're going to click on the Prepper Nurse One community, and you do have to register. It is absolutely free to register. It does not cost anything. No credit card information is asked. You do have to register to get in there. A lot of good information in there for you guys. Message boards, people are putting new stuff on the message boards all the time. If you're looking to connect with somebody in your state or in your country, it's a great opportunity for you guys to do that as well. Okay, so definitely take advantage of that. That's there for you. Legacy Foods is also on the website. So you go to preppernurse1.com again, you'll see the store. You click on it, it'll drop down, and it'll say Legacy Foods. You click on that. What they have available right now is there. Those orders are going out faster because they already have those things in stock. Within the last 5 days, and today again, more orders went out. All the back egg orders, anybody that had an egg order, those are all going out. People are getting their eggs. They should have their eggs within inside of a week. All those orders are going out. So that's good news because I'm telling you right now, some of you guys out there have been waiting for those orders since February. And I get it. I understand. I had no control over any of that. They are getting caught up. That's the good news. They are definitely getting caught up. So if you want to add to your freeze-dried foods, it's a good opportunity for you guys to do that. I just made a $10 Vegas bet on you, 10-1 odds. You do 25-1. You don't. There you go. So which way did you go, JJ? Which way? So for the workout he's talking about. So anyway, definitely take advantage of that. It's a good thing to have with everything that's going on. Having a variety and a choice of different things to eat in that emergency situation is very, very important. I had 15 children hospitalized in New York, Richard Parker. I saw that breaking out in rashes, high fevers, and stuff like that. They're not sure what exactly that is yet. So yeah, I saw that as well, and that's not good. So, but Thomas Turner, 4 miles, you got this. I'm going to do it, guys. I'm doing it tomorrow. I promise you. So anyway, guys, I want to thank my moderators who tirelessly, week after week after week, are here. They're on here, ladies and gentlemen that do it. I appreciate you guys. You have no idea. It means a lot to me to be here to support the channel. It really means a lot, and I do appreciate that. So take video of your ride. I'll have to take the camera with me. I could probably do that. Again, I just want to thank my mods again for being awesome because they are awesome. I want to thank all you guys for being here and the support that you show me. I do appreciate that. And again, with the donations, that goes back into support the homestead. That's what that money goes to. It goes towards the next projects that we're doing, whatever those type of things. So I do appreciate all the support. It really does mean a lot to me. So thank you all for that as well. It really means a lot. I want to remind everybody, we are all in this together. That is really, really important. And I think a lot of people don't realize that we are in this together. And not just us preppers, people of the world. We are very, very fortunate that we are awake, that we have been enlightened. And I think we're awake and enlightened for a reason. We're the ones that are going to make a difference when that time comes. You can't help everybody, and I get it. Okay, but if you can pick and choose and help some people, I think that's a good thing to do if you can do that. Remember, guys, hug and kiss the ones you love. Tell them every single day. Tomorrow's not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen in life, so it's really important to tell the people that you love and that you care about every single day how you feel. Also, remember STD. It's the best acronym in the world. I love it because everybody knows STD, but not the right way. STD stands for one step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Whatever your goals are, whatever you're trying to accomplish, it doesn't always have to be prepping related. It doesn't have to be off-grid related. It's what you are striving for to make your life better, to do what you follow your heart, follow your dreams, do it. You're the only one that can stop you from reaching those goals. If your goal is to get off of drugs or get off of being, alcohol, if you have an alcohol issue, it's up to you. But you have to make that choice. And you are the one looking in that mirror. That's the only person that can stop you from whatever you want to accomplish. I am living proof of that. I really, truly am. I've been very, very blessed. Asif, looking at Danzel weather, rain in the PM, okay in the AM. All right, so there we go. I got no excuse. No excuse. So I will get that ride in tomorrow. I promise you. I'm going to come on here tomorrow. I'll make the video. Maybe I'll do a video on the bike. I don't know. First ride out on the bike, I may not do a video because I'm going to be sucking wind pretty hard. I ain't going to lie, and I know that. But I will get that ride in, and I will tell you when I do my video. I will tell you all about it. I promise you. So I'm going to set my alarm. I'm going to get up, and I'm going to get out there, and I don't care if it's cold or what. I'm going to make sure I stretch out good because I'm old and fat. So, but I'm going to get out there and I'm going to get to it. So anyway, guys, again, one last push for thumbs up. If you have not shot a thumbs up yet, please do that to show support for the channel. And thank you for doing that ahead of time. Also, if you are not subscribed, make sure you do subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell icon also to get all notifications. I appreciate the support, guys. You have no idea. I love these chats with you guys. Great feedback both ways. Great sharing of ideas. And I think that's really, really important. So everybody have a great night, and I will see you all tomorrow. Prepper Nurse 1, out for now.